This video is brought to you by BetterHelp.com/SCB. Click the link in our description to find out more. Hey brother! Just a heads up, there will be spoilers for Infinity War in today's video. You have been warned. Jay, I think it's time we finally talk about Star-Lord, aka Peter Quill, aka the guy who totally ruined it for us. Or should I say, dude.
You're a dude. This is a man.
I'm still not over it. Like, look at it. The glove is almost off. We almost won.
Did we just lose?
Yes, we lost. Come on. I'm having a hard time with it, but I think today we need to come in defense of Star-Lord. Guys, before we get started, I would like to draw your attention to our Patreon page. In case you don't know what Patreon is, it is a website where you can help support creators to help them do more creating. In exchange, you get all sorts of really cool perks where you can hang out with us just a little bit more. Be sure to check it out. I'll put a link in the description down below. Okay, but back to Star-Lord. I have to say, I don't think that there was a character coming into this movie that I couldn't be more sure there was no way I could end up disliking. Like, I am not even sure that there is any other character in the Marvel universe that they did a better job of introducing to us, the masses. Like, when they announced Guardians of the Galaxy, I was kind of like, who? Scraping the bottom of the character barrel a little bit, aren't we there, Marvel? Like, who on Earth are these guys? And Marvel was all like, they're not on Earth. They're in space.
I'm not from Earth, I'm from Missouri.
Yeah, that's on Earth, dipsh. Yeah, well, for a guy from Missouri and who on the surface is just a regular human, Star-Lord turns out to be a pretty impressive character. He saves the universe in a dance-off with Ronan. We learn he's half cosmic entity and that his father is in fact a celestial. And just as a film, Guardians is kind of like the kickoff point for the Marvel universe being just a little bit self-aware, and it was amazing.
Relax, pal. It's cool to have a code name. It's not that weird.
And I can't be certain, but I'm fairly certain that Thor Ragnarok doesn't come out as the masterpiece that it is without the Guardians coming first. Guardians is a huge turning point for the MCU, and I think it's in huge part due to the lovable and hilarious characters. So how on God's green Missouri did the leader of the Guardians end up on the receiving end of all of our collective frustration? Yes, all of us. I am speaking for all of us. Everyone watching the video right now, which is to say half of all of us, the half that are left. Heads I live. Oh man. But in case you need a little refresher, it all went down a little something like this.
You know Thor? Yeah. Tall guy, not that good looking, needed saving.
Yes, classic Star-Lord.
Mr. Lord, can you get your folks to circle up? Mr. Lord. Star-Lord is fine.
So modest and also so not.
Exactly like Footloose. Is it still the greatest movie in history?
It never was.
You're reeling me in, Quill. You're reeling me in. I'm loving you more and more with every take. Also, I really feel like I should see Footloose at some point. But then this happens.
No, you didn't!
No! 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 Nope! Nope! No! No!
Oh, yeah. Sorry, he'll be back. This happens whenever we talk about Star-Lord. Just, it's fine. He'll calm down. Ooh, a coin. Oh, man.
Look, it's almost on. Do you see? Where did Jay go? Okay, I'm good. I'm better. I'm fine. We're good. Let's just talk about this. Like, we can work through this together. There is always an explanation. This scene is just so difficult to watch. Like, this is easily the closest any one character or team of Avengers came to actually removing the gauntlet. But I do believe that there are some layers that we can peel back here to better come to terms with why this happened. I mean, for one, Doctor Strange saw the future and knew that this was going to happen and let it happen anyway. So if you look at it that way, it's kind of his fault, right? But not even. What this really shows is that even if they had successfully got the gauntlet off, they still don't win. Well, this seems like the closest anyone came to actually successfully disempowering Thanos. He is still a Titan, and at least according to Strange, still would have accomplished his mission, and potentially with more significant and more irreversible losses. Full video about Doctor Strange's real plan by clicking the card. And even on top of that, we can back up even further and say that it's not even Doctor Strange's fault. Gamora says that she knows that if she is captured by Thanos, it's a problem because of what she knows. And what does she do? Go right to Thanos and get captured. But good luck trying to blame Gamora for anything in this movie, because that's an argument you're just not going to win. The moment of her capture is still very significant as it relates to Star-Lord later. This moment would have absolutely been the saddest thing that happened in this movie if not for... What? Bubbles? Actually, fun fact, do you know that they say that you can't say the word bubbles angry? Bubbles! Bubbles! But you wanna know who I bet can say bubbles angry? Star-Lord. I actually think that Star-Lord is straight up robbed of some fan votes in this moment. Like, he needs to be given a lot of credit for pulling the trigger in that moment. Like, he is making the sacrifice for the good of the galaxy. Now, to be fair, I'm not sure it's any less heart-wrenching when Thanos does it. Somehow this movie does a spectacular job of getting us to relate to Thanos in this moment, to even potentially feel like sympathetic towards him, because he had to make the ultimate sacrifice for the good of the galaxy. But that's just it, for what he believes is the good of the galaxy, which is wiping out half of the population. When Quill made that decision, when he pulled that trigger, he was doing that to save that half of the galaxy, and in doing so, sacrificing the thing he loves above all else. What's crazy here is that Thanos and Star-Lord are trying to accomplish the exact opposite things by killing the same person. Whoever kills Gamora wins the game, which really sucks when both parties love Gamora. But here's the thing of it. At the end of the day, it all comes down to good guys versus bad guys. When Thanos kills Gamora, he's doing it despite the fact that he loves her. But when Quill does it, it's because he loves her. When Thanos kills her, it can be described as the ultimate sacrifice in the name of the mission. Thanos becomes one of the most compelling villains in history because he's not driven by power. His throne room isn't adorned with the riches of his conquests. He isn't needlessly killing, and he respects his opponents.
I hope they remember you.
He does exactly what he thinks is necessary, and he's actually impressed with Star-Lord when he does the same.
I like you.
Star-Lord in many ways is the perfect foil to Thanos. They end up having a lot in common and accomplish things in the same way. They just have vastly different reasons. In Guardians 2, Quill kills his own father to prevent the Expanse, which would have killed trillions. Again, acting emotionally after learning the truth about the death of his mother.
It broke my heart to put that tumor in her head.
On the other hand, Thanos kills Gamora so that he can kill trillions, actively avoiding emotion.
I'm sorry, little one.
And that being said, Thanos doesn't lack emotion, he just doesn't fall victim to it, and that makes him an incredible character and villain. So let's go back to Star-Lord and his big mistake. If you go back to this moment and you fault him for it, I think you're kind of missing the point of the whole thing. What you're failing to realize is that having emotions, not sacrificing others, and not just doing something simply because it will work, is what makes the heroes heroes.
We don't trade lives, Captain.
Thanos' plan isn't wrong because it won't work. It fundamentally makes sense. If you have 10 people on an island and only enough food for 5, losing 5 people does solve the problem. It's wrong because it's wrong. It's devoid of emotion. He's done well to recognize the problem, but he's kind of taking the easy way out, even if it's really hard to get to the point where he takes the easy way out. What we see with Star-Lord is obviously a mistake, but it's also that level of vulnerability that makes him sympathetic enough to others that allow him to be a hero. Don't blame Star-Lord for the snap. Blame Thanos for the snap. At the end of the day, can we possibly blame the hero for failing to save the day when he was at the very least trying to? And honestly, I can't say I would have responded any differently if the woman that I loved was just killed by a man trying to commit cosmic genocide. And He told her to go right! Just kidding. If there's one rule of Infinity War, it's that you can't blame Gamora for anything. But guys, for my question of the day, I know that this moment in Infinity War drove people just so crazy. Do you feel like you have it within you to forgive Star-Lord? Be sure to leave all of your thoughts in the towel section down below. Guys, I have to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, who I think understands being human above all else, BetterHelp.com. In case you don't know, BetterHelp is a wonderful site where you can get affordable online private counseling. Personally, for me, I know that I always thought that counseling was more reserved for people who had gone through much more traumatic things than myself, under the belief that the things that I was struggling with were not significant enough to merit seeking help. But I can tell you that in my life, while at first reluctant, found myself in a much better position even after just a few sessions of counseling, and found tools and methods of handling with personal struggles that I can still use today. BetterHelp is wonderfully affordable, simple to set up, and it uses your specific circumstances to find the right and licensed person to help. If it's something you think you could be interested in, simply go to betterhelp.com/SCB. I will also put a link in the description down below. Also, if you are in a crisis or know someone who is, do not use this site. We will also put a link to some resources that can help you right away. Also guys, apparently Chris Pratt, who plays Star-Lord, has been getting all sorts of flack for this specific moment, so be sure to tweet him this video so he knows we have his back. Also ask him if he can say bubbles angrily. But guys, as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to see some more Infinity War action from us, you can click right here to find out the secret power of Thor's new eye, or right here to find out whether or not Thanos died during the snap. But Jay, that's all I've got for you today, man. I will see you on Tuesday.